Hello, everyone. Welcome to VOC exclusive interview with Hang Sian. He is only 23 years old, but he has a degree in JD. He is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Welcome to our VOC exclusive interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you for interviewing me.
Thank you, thank you. Yep. Let's start our questions, man.
Gotcha.
Okay. Please introduce yourself to our audience who might not know you. Where were you born? What is your family background like? And which Shinzo ethnic group do you belong to?
Okay, so just a little self-introduction, I guess. My name is Hang Sian. I was born in Yangon, Burma, Myanmar, and I have a mom and a dad. My dad's name is Mang Tang. My mom's name is Jinglun Yang. I am Zhou Chen, and I'm part of the village Paithu, and I guess my clan name would be Tang Mat, and I have two brothers who are younger than me. Just a little self-introduction, yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Do you want to say something in like Burmese just to say hi?
Hi. Oh, okay. ကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့ interview လုပ်တာကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ် VOC တို့ရှိမှာပြောချင်တယ်ကျွန်တော်လည်းဗမာစကားအရန်မတက်တော့လို့ဆိုတော့ဗာလဲဒီနေ့ကအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားလိုမျိုးပြောလိုက်တယ်အရင်တောင်းပန်ပါတယ်เนาะကျွန်တော်နာမည်ကဟန်ရှန်ရန်ကုန်မှာမွေးတယ်ဗာလဲမောင်ဗာလဲညီကို2ယောက်ရှိတယ်နောက်ပြီးကြတော့ကျွန်တော်ကချင်းဇုတ်ချင်းလူမျိုးပါ Hello, kema min ben hang shen tu ni in ke zo man kamin hamle hoi zo ba ka chi ya zo kamin ka hamlo pen sorry mama ke pen jango korgama ko sho hi zo chin thangmat phai tu hi kanu min pen chinglun yang ka ba min pen mang thang now ni kane tu ni pen tam pan san ki ban ding pen mang man kamin ham da ding ya ta mi pen sorry lung na me thank you.
That was very good introduction. You nail all three languages.
Yeah.
Cool.
I try my best. We'll see. But my English is the best one, so.
Yep. All right. That's good. Okay.
Mhm.
We can continue with English. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, congratulations, first of all, on earning your JD, Juris Doctor, correct?
Thank you. Yes, Juris Doctor. Or you can also call it Juris Doctorate, so it's either way.
Oh, okay. Juris Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a young age at 23 years old. That's an incredible milestone, right? So, can you explain what is a JD and how is it different from a PhD like you get from other majors and how you manage to compete it in such a young age?
So I guess to start off with the first portion of the question, the JD and what's the difference between PhD? The way I understand it, a doctorate degree is the highest level of education you can have, correct? So Juris Doctorates, they're all and PhD are both the highest you can get in that field. So that's why they're both doctoral degrees. And a Juris Doctorate is like the highest you can get in the field of law. And PhD is a degree where it's more academic based and research based. So it goes into more researching a field that you want to study. And it's more going into, academic side. So more, instead of focusing on just law, they focus on just academics, I guess. That's the best way I can explain it. It's the same way how like an MD, for doctors, it's also a doctorate degree, but it's the doctorate degree in the medical field. So they're all they're all doctoral degrees, but it's just different, it's just different, but they're all doctorates, I guess. Do you kind of understand, I guess?
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha. And then if I were to explain how I got it, I guess such a young age. I don't thank you guys for saying the whole young age thing. I do really appreciate it. I know I got through it pretty quickly, but okay, I'll just start by explaining how I did it. So when I first got into the US, so it goes right since elementary school, a lot of refugees came in at the same time as I did because I came from the Thai refugee camp here in 2008. And when I got here, a lot of us just started in the first grade. So the school I went to was packed with so many first graders that the school didn't have enough teachers for us. So what they did was they tested out some of the students in first grade. So I was one of the students that tested out from first grade to second grade as soon as I got here. So I already skipped a grade there. And then going into high school, my high school was called East Allen University or EAU. And they had a partnership with a college called Vincennes University. So while I was in high school, I was able to get my associate's degree, so 2 years of college, and my high school diploma at the same time. So I finished high school around 2019. I was around 17 at the time. So, and I got my associates in high school diploma. And then I went into criminal justice, completed my bachelor's in 2 years in 2021. So, and I got my bachelor's around 19. And then after I got my bachelor's, since it was COVID era still, we were still at the height of COVID in 2021, I decided to take a year gap. And then after that year gap, I went into law school and finished at the age of 23.
Incredible, incredible. Very, very, very good. So with that question, why law, right? And inspire you, or what inspired you to be, going to that path? And I just want to know really quick though.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that went into my decision of picking law school in the first place. Of course, we've watched TV and seen all like the cool lawyer stuff, or watch maybe Suits, or like how lawyers act in court. So that was always sort of an interest when I was a kid watching those shows. But a big push for law for me was when it's mainly I would give props to my grandma who passed away, but she always pushed me to the field of law because of how the Burmese community and my smaller community of Zoe people did not have access to that field. There was literally no Zoe lawyers, nobody who knew the legal field in America, and my grandma really pushed me into it. And I like, even though she pushed me, I actually wanted to do it also because I faced, I think a lot of immigrant kids face the challenge of reading like documents from, the government that comes in that you don't understand. Or like I had my uncles and stuff get DUIs and criminal charges, for whatever their crazy stuff they're doing. And all that stuff just made me realize how inaccessible the field is for people in our community. So that was a big reason of why I wanted to go. And I also want to say because we are immigrants, and we're not the richest people here coming in here with no money. I think the law provides me financial stability. I really also yearn for, being able to make enough money for my family and make a living. So those were my big reasons for why choosing law.
Oh, so low key, your grandma is like one of the main person.
Yeah, I give a lot of the props to my grandma. Because even during my gap year, because in my gap year, I was still kind of unsure about if I wanted to go to law school. But while I was working, regular jobs like insurance or like staffing, I was always like, her voice was always in my head. She really wanted me to become a lawyer, go to law school. And also it was something I wanted too. So I was just like, I need to stop making excuses, figure it out. If you can't if somebody hasn't paved the way, you can pave it for somebody else. That's what I was thinking.
Very nice. You were saying you work at different places. Was it during school? And if you were studying and like working at the same time, how do you manage it? Because law is like very hard to study too. So
yeah. So what I was saying when I was working is during that 1 year gap I took between law school and bachelor's. So during that 1 year gap, I did insurance. So I was selling like health insurance policies and Medicare policies for, you guys probably heard of like Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana. Like I was just selling those things. And I just felt really bad, like because they were like older people that I was selling it to. So after a while, I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't sell insurance to old people. But while I was in law school, though, What I did come to realize is that experience really is a big thing in the field of law. You know, they want lawyers and law firms are looking for people who basically already know the job, which kind of sucks because, you know, you're going and you're like a first year, you know, like you really know nothing, but they want you to know something. So the way I wanted to differentiate myself from other students maybe is to get as much experience as possible. So while in law school, um I think I did around um, 6 internships during the 3 years in total, just to get experiences on as many fields as I could and trying to get a feel of what kind of law I wanted to do.
That's very very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time, like they will want somebody who already experienced.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's a
And
tough
I
one.
have no experience and so I was like, okay, I need to find experience while I'm in school.
I see. All right. With that question, let's talk about bar exam. Right? We
Yeah.
understand like you're currently preparing for that, and how is it going? And what's your plan after you pass the exam?
So so I just wanted to tell the people here, first, so now that I've got my degree, I have become a lawyer, I guess, like regular lawyer. But once you pass the bar, you become a licensed attorney. So only attorneys can practice law. You know, you're a lawyer. A lawyer is like a person who studied law, and an attorney is somebody who actually practices law and does the job. So I am a lawyer technically, but I'm now trying to become an attorney. And the bar is a basically our final exam, you know. It's we did 3 years of law school and it's combining everything we did in those 3 years into a 2 day test that we do. It's a 2 day test at the end of July. It it's 6 hours every day. So those 2 days, 6 hours of just taking a test with like a break in between. And since I have done, you know, those 3 years already, I am familiar with the material that is going to be on the bar exam. But, you know, you forget, you know, like I'm not going to remember something I did 3 years ago. So the process of studying for the bar, I guess it's not really hard academically, but it's hard because there's so much materials to remember. You have to remember basically everything and anything can be on the test. So you have to strategize to take it. What I'm doing after the bar, though, I did get a job position here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I'm at, as a prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. So they're gonna start me off at very low level crimes and stuff, um, and I'm gonna be doing like DUIs and child support. So, you know, I might be seeing some Burmese people in there who are facing DUI or child support charges. So when I see you, I'll see you. But I start that in September. But mind you, the bar exam results don't come out until around the end of October. So they're going to be like training me in September and October. And then once the results come out, if I pass, you know, I'm going to keep continuing to do the job. And if I don't, I have to study again for the bar in February. Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like you don't get the result yet, but you already start working. You're fully
Yeah.
booked.
Yeah. They basically want to train you before you can actually work, you know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Cool, cool stuff, cool stuff. So let's talk about the Chin community. And recently, you've been chosen as the Mr. Fort Wayne during
Yeah.
the Zoe conference, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
Thank you.
So can you tell us more about that experience? What is the Zoe community in the U.S. like? And were you recognized with any awards or honor at the event?
Yeah, so it's just I think it was more of like so every year when we do this USAO is an organization where all the Zoe people around all the states here in the US come together and we celebrate our culture and our tradition. And I decided just to do this modeling fashion show with a couple of one of my friends. We basically made a funny bet just to see, you know, we wanted to compete against another who's the best looking. We just wanted to do that for fun. So it was a really fun experience just going together, getting our outfits in, you know, walking for the modeling show, trying to show off how good looking we are. And yeah, I think it was a great experience. And I believe, just to speak on my Zoe community, our smaller community a little bit, I do believe we're a great group of people. Of course, you know, we have a lot of growing to do since we just got here, you know, like I know it's been a couple of years, but we're still growing as a community. We're learning how to better ourselves, and I think we're a hard working group of people, and we're gonna keep striving to do better. Yeah.
So you already made it history, right? Obviously, as one of the youngest Chin individuals to earn a JD. So, what advice or encouragement would you give it to the Chin youth, you know, and their parents and others
Mhm.
on the diaspora who want to walk similar path as you?
Yeah, I think a big advice I can give to people who do want to achieve higher education and you know, I guess walk a similar path as me is that I mainly have two things. I believe the first thing I really want to tell you, since I did finish a little bit earlier than some of my peers, is just really number one is not to compare yourself to other people, because there are a lot of walks of life and you're going to get through your journey however you get through it, and it's whatever you personally are going through. I got through it quickly, but I have friends who didn't get through until you know, I have friends I graduated with that were around 30, 31, but they had families, they had kids. People have other priorities in life and the things they're doing in life, and the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the you that you were yesterday. You know, are you making sure you're bettering yourself each day, and stop comparing yourself to others, and the best person you should compare yourself to is you and how you are going to better yourself. I think that's one main thing I really want to tell the Zoe youth. The second main thing I believe especially I want to give my advice to, especially with higher education as minorities and as Burmese and as Chin, are all our identities that come together, is that in these higher education fields, we need to remember not to be embarrassed. What I mean
Mm.
by not to be embarrassed is that you are there because you earned a place there. You are there because you made it there. It was your doing, your smartness, your hard work. Okay. Everybody, especially, it was really hard for me too, because I was younger than a lot of my peers, and you know, I do look younger, and I didn't see people that look like me. If it was other Asians, it would be like Chinese or Japanese. And again, I don't see myself in Chinese or Japanese. You know, I don't see a Burmese kid walking around. So I still didn't feel like I was at home, I guess. And it was every day like not every day, but you know, in law school especially, I really did struggle with like, am I really supposed to be here? Am I smart enough? But I do remember advice, you know, that advice of not to be embarrassed that you're there. Don't be shy. Don't be nervous. You're there because you deserve to be there.
Speaking of that, have you faced any personal challenges related to like being an immigrant or like navigating multiple culture identities? You know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on that?
I think personally, it's more of an inner battle, because in higher education, I believe that everybody is super welcoming. Everybody that I've met have been really nice, have been, you know, they really do want to know more about me and my culture sometimes too, and I'm glad to share about that. The main thing a battle that has come about is just my inner battle of not seeing myself in these shoes, in these walks of life. And because, you know, there's not Burmese kid, like I said, that I saw around in school, which was really hard and difficult to go through. But that was just an internal battle for me. I believe the most difficult thing as a minority when you go to these spheres and doing just, you know, higher education, going to these corporate world, we have is that most of the people are not going to have the same experience as us. So you making like friends is a little bit tougher, I guess, because you know, they don't have like, they're not playing Golly like, you know, as me as a kid, you know, they're watching like TV and shows that they talk about that I've never heard of. So I guess it's just a little bit of that disconnect, but I think a lot of the people, you know, they're super nice, they're welcoming. It's more of an inner battle that comes with it.
All right, that's very good, very good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your hobbies, right? So, do you have any hobbies or hidden talents, or what do you do, you know, when you're not studying? And
Yeah.
yeah,
So I do believe when you are pursuing other stuff, it is good to keep hobbies, because if I was gonna just do law full time, I think I might have gotten like really depressed, and like my mental state wouldn't have been good. So I guess, make use of hobbies just as a way to relieve my stress and to just not focus on school all the time, you know? So sometimes I do play the guitar. I'm not that good, but I do play it. Just singing like Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. Um, I do have another big hobby of actually like trying to make music. So I just find beats on YouTube and stuff, and then I put the beats, and then I have like a little a mic that I bought, and I just sing, and I post it on my YouTube channel. And so I have like that. It's not good music, so it's like bad songs, but I enjoy doing it. It's my way of stress relieving. And me and my friend, we also do like a podcast where we talk and just to share our thoughts and maybe more like a video diary of what we do. So I like to do a lot of creative stuff. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Well, I know for a fact that your uncle plays guitar, so
Yeah.
you can learn some from
No,
him
he's
too,
he's way better than me. I know like basic chords like G,
which is
C,
good.
D. Yeah, only a little bit.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, you're right. A hobby keeps you motivated and keeps your, stress, down and stuff like that. So I do believe in that too.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a great way. If I didn't have my hobbies, I would have died in law school. Like I would have died.
Yeah. So speaking of that, when was the time where you really feel like you're very overwhelmed, like you feel like it's very difficult, and, am I, that like, do you even like doubt yourself, when you were studying for law?
I think whenever I think I am blessed sort of because I have a mentality of if I'm going to do it, I'm gonna do it. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it bad. Like I'm not I think a lot of especially I guess Asians and our people, we want to do it the best. We want to get all A's. We want to get the best grades and all that. But one thing about me, I know I was never like gonna ever be like the smartest, studying all the time, giving my whole life to law school or just like giving my all to, my school and everything because I wanted to balance my life with the things I wanted to do and also law school. And law school is I'm not gonna give it my 100% all the time because I have my music, my friends I want to hang out with. So I think I'm really lucky to not really feel like, I guess like a big hardship, because I'm like, if I'm gonna pass law school and I don't care if I pass it badly, I guess, but I'm gonna finish. But if I were to go more into that, I guess the moment where I feel like it's mainly just finals. Everybody gets stressed around finals and taking tests. So I think that's mainly it, but I don't think I really had a huge like I'm gonna quit law school or I'm gonna die.
Well, low key, in that case, you should study for astronaut. An astronaut. Yeah, because A stands for average for Asians. So
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have that mindset. I wasn't one who really cared about my grades. I just wanted the degree and, live out my life. So I'm really happy. I think that's really has helped me like not put so much pressure on everything. So
right.
I think that's the way I do it though. If somebody else wants to do it differently, it's up to them.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Do you okay, so you once said that I want to be a voice for the voiceless, right?
Mhm.
Share a message of encouragement for those fighting for like federal democracy in Burma, first in Zo language, and then in Burmese, and finally in English.
Yeah. So for the people in Burma who are actually fighting for this democracy, I really the best words of encouragement I can give you guys as a person who isn't there. I really don't know what you're going through. I try my best to understand and I know you're struggling. So the best word of advice I have for all of you guys is just to keep fighting. Just like how in America, learning our history and here in America, America wasn't built in a day. America had to fight for their freedom every single day and had to build this up. And if we in Burma, if we keep fighting, if we keep struggling, if we don't stop, we're gonna win. Okay, we are gonna win, and we're gonna get our democracy one day. And it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it will be one day. And I just encourage all of us just to keep fighting for this freedom that we're looking for. Zo kamin kagending hile zo mite kol mite umpin kol gama umte ke no ting mange no omdan ting hildan ting umpin ke tilsing yo Tommy ke advice kat kapieting hele ham chem sem o yo tami democracy daypen ngan wompen nishim sila bange haka lading haka sila nga loading America yung amate democracy angaran pen nishim amate apanin meet hamchim ya meet to aki how ya anga to ya call meet zo meet call kama omting hamchim samsamo bange call fighting ကြည့်တဲ့နေရောကျွန်တော်လည်းဗမာစကားလုံးကိုပြောလို့ရှိရင်ပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အရင်ကျွန်တော်ဗမာစကားဗာလဲမမှန်လို့ရှိရင်တောင်းပန်ပါတယ်เนาะဗမာလူမျိုးတွေ advice တစ်ခုပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်ကဗမာပြည်သားတွေအားပေးမှုတစ်ခုပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်ကဗမာပြည်လူမျိုးဗမာပြည်မှာလူမျိုးတွေဗာလဲခံစားမှုတွေကျွန်တော်လည်းအကုန်လုံးနားမလည်ဘူးအဲ့ဒါပေမဲ့ဗမာပြည်ကျွန်တော်ကဒီမှာအားပေးနေတယ်เนาะတကယ်အားပေးနေတယ်ဗမာလူမျိုးလည်းနေတဲ့ရှိမှလည်းအကုန်လုံးဗာလဲမလျှော့နဲ့ပေါ့တကယ်ဒီဗမာကျွန်တော်တို့တွေက democracy ကြိုက်ဗာလဲရချင်လို့ရှိရင်မလျှော့နဲ့ never give up keep fighting ကျွန်တော်ကဒီမှာအားပေးနေတယ်အဲ့ဒါပဲအဲ့လိုပဲပြောလို့တတ်တယ်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
Very good, very good. Okay, last question. Is there anything you would like to share to our viewers, especially the Chin community around the world?
I think the main thing I really do want to say to people who are maybe listening to this is that I really want to tell everybody what I did and everything that I went through and my academics and everything is something that everybody can do. You know, I don't believe I am a special case. I was just the first case. I was lucky to be the first one, and I hope I'm not the last one. And I really encourage everybody to just go out there, get your education, and keep striving to be better for our community. If I were to say that in zo come ganin le kayin bange apil pepen hishi okay tana tami amat shene boy think nga pen kahampaya nga bo yo ke pen akhat na pen passion tupaya nga no tami mi zo mi dang ting yo ke bangin nga the na ham chem le to ya ham chem sam bai khang to sam bai yo ဗမာလူမျိုးပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဗမာအတေပိုခတ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်လည်းဗမာစကားပြောလို့ပြောတော့ကဒီမိုးဘွဲတွေရတာကဗာလဲဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲဖျားကျေးဇူးနဲ့ဗာလဲ blessing lucky တွေအကုန်လုံးလည်းရတာပေါ့ကျွန်တော်က last one မဟုတ်ဘူးပေါ့နောက်ဘေးဆုံးရမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးတခြားလူတွေလည်းကျွန်တော်လိုမျိုးဘွဲယူချင်လို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်လိုမျိုးဒီမိုးဗာလဲရှင်းနေပွဲတွေရှေ့ဝင်နေဖြစ်ချင်လို့ရှိရင်အကုန်လုံးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ကျွန်တော်ကအတေအုံနောက်ကျွမ်းလို့မဟုတ်ဘူးเนาะကျွန်တော်ကဗာလဲhard working ပေါ့အလုပ်လုပ်လို့စာဖတ်လို့ရတာအဲ့ဒါလူတွေအကုန်လုံးကျွန်တော်လိုမျိုးရချင်လို့ရှိရင်ရလို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါပြောချင်တယ်เนาะကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ် thank you
Your Burmese was like very authentic, so I didn't want to correct you at all. It was good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Hang Sian. And thank you for giving your time. And VOC is very lucky to help you. And I want to continue, but that's all the questions I have for you for now. So we will see you next time. But thank you so much. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for interviewing me. Let me just end it off in so too. Bange tuni ending yo lunda mama Bamaska Pioloshin. Jesu the Mare Natonda Bale Chino Piola Maloshin Tamba Bade. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. I'll see you guys. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.